Pastor Jamie while we drink coffee in the beginning of the video. Now, I'm so excited to talk to you guys today. We are in John 10 through 12, but I'm going to primarily refocus on John 11. I heard one of my favorite pastors preach about this once. I think it was this summer, but it doesn't matter. When he preached about it, I think it brought me a whole new opening to it. So we have three siblings, Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. They are like very close to Jesus, like very, very close. Lazarus was really sick. The girls were like, Jesus, Lazarus is like really sick. And back then, getting sick wasn't something like a cold that we could take something and it go away. Getting sick then was like really, really serious because we don't know if they were going to die. We didn't know if they were going to live. We didn't know what was going to happen. We as if I was there, they didn't know what was going to happen. So they are just very concerned for their brother, as they should. And Jesus is staying where he is for a little bit and then came the fourth day. And Martha goes, Jesus, if you would have came here earlier, my brother would have survived. And Jesus says he will rise again. Martha kind of shakes her head. The way I'm like visioning this is Martha shakes her head and goes, yeah, I know. He'll come back again one day when you like bring people back to life and resurrect everything. So Mary, hi. So Mary, I'm sorry, we're not talking about Mary, I got distracted. Martha says that, and then Jesus kind of just like nods and goes, not knowing that Jesus could literally still do it. And I think I think it's so incredible, the story build up here, because Jesus waited a total of 4 days, and on day 3, that is when they fully pronounced people dead. So he had the power to resurrect them right there. We're gonna go back a little bit, go forward a little bit. Mary comes in the picture and she's weeping. She's just having a hard time with her brother. And she goes, Jesus, if you would have came earlier, my brother would have made it. And then Jesus goes, show me where he lays. And then they go to the graveyard. There's a ton of people there just mourning the loss of Lazarus. And Jesus reassures them that he's gonna make it. And Jesus weeps. That is the most powerful 2-sentence word in the Bible, because Jesus, it really does show that Jesus was 100% human and 100% God in this moment, because he wept. He had feelings. He felt. And I would like to think that he was sad about a few different things. I wouldn't necessarily say that he was sad because his friend passed away. Like, I'm sure he was feeling some type of way that his friend died, but he was Jesus. He knew that in that moment he was going to resurrect him anyways. So I don't necessarily want to hone in on that. I want to hone in on Martha and Mary's reaction, because I think all of us can be Martha and Mary in some way, shape, or form. Now, Martha was like, Jesus, I know. You said you were going to do this. I know what your word says. I just wish it happened earlier. I just wish you did it when I asked. And we have Mary on the other end, who's just weeping, who's just like, I still believe you, but I'm just really hurt right now. And both of them, obviously, human, and their feelings are valid, but sometimes our feelings need to align, not sometimes, all of the time, our feelings need to align with the Word of God. And if the Word of God says that Jesus is fully man and fully God, and that Jesus can resurrect, and Jesus is a promise keeper, and Jesus does fulfill what he says he's going to fulfill, then boom, we don't have to worry about anything else. However, sometimes we do get in our feelings and we don't really know how to process things. So we are a Martha, where we don't process it and we're like, yeah, well, I know that you said you were going to do it, and like, I believe you. I just wish you would have done it sooner. Or sometimes we're a Mary and we're just weeping because we want it to be now. We don't understand why God would take so long. And neither of those are in a good position to be. So I challenge you with that, to know that Jesus has the perfect timeline, and Jesus knows exactly what he's doing. He's literally Jesus. And no matter if you find yourself in Mary's position or Martha's position, let's all find ourselves in the position of Lazarus, where he was dead, but Jesus resurrected him. We've all been I don't want to say we've all been dead, but we've all been in some way where just our soul is just not there. But Jesus comes in and pulls us back, and we're back to normal, we're back alive, and everything just kind of makes sense again. So in the moments of waiting, in the moments of frustration, in the moments where you truly just don't understand God's plan, know that it's God's plan, and you're just a beautiful part in it. It's not anyone else's plan. but it's God's plan for your life. And we got to trust that the author knows exactly what he's doing. So that's what I got from it. I thought it was a really cool story. If you guys got anything different, definitely go ahead and leave a comment. Until then, cheers.